This is Friday Cheers, Artist Confidential with Trampled by Turtles.
I'm Chad Brown, this is Artist Confidential. I am here for week 9 with Trampled by Turtles. Guys, thank you so much for joining me. If we could start off by going around the room, maybe starting here, and just tell me what you name and then what you do for the band.
I'm Tim Saxog and I play bass.
Ryan Young, I play fiddle. Dave Carroll, and I play banjo.
Dave Simonette, and I play guitar.
Eric Berry, and I play mandolin.
So what we have is, you guys are in a very unique situation because the label that you guys get a lot, whether you kind of want it or not, is indie folk is what you guys get. And there are a lot of influences and things that go along with that. How do you guys feel about that label? Where does the inspiration for the music come from? And then, what's your relationship with the entire indie folk genre of sorts?
I think it's kind of a new label for us. We've been around for almost 10 years, and I've just recently seen that within the last couple of years. So I don't know if it's just because of like the other parts of the scene that have gotten popular, like the Mumford & Sons and Head and Heart and Ava Brothers and that kind of thing. But as far as like the label itself goes, I don't care. It doesn't matter. Whatever. We'll take it. It's fine. But we've always just kind of tried to let other, if people need something to tell them what it sounds like, then yeah, whatever you want is fine with us.
And kind of jumping off what you said about Mumford & Sons and those bands that have kind of risen to popularity both in the indie scene and the mainstream scene, you guys have kind of been clumped in that, for better or for worse, and so you guys are now playing festivals that are normally geared towards indie bands, right. Coachella, Austin City Limits, South by Southwest. How has that kind of changed in the last couple of years as far as the dynamic and the fans and the shows you're playing? How does the band feel about that?
Well, from my point of view anyway, I think it's just helped us out. I mean, it's kind of expanded our fan base a little bit, into places that maybe wouldn't have accepted a band with our instrumentation or whatever before that. So I think it's been nothing but good for us, man. Plus playing those festivals is a gas,
What's the biggest difference between playing something really huge or exhausting like South by Southwest or Coachella? What's the biggest difference between playing a show like that and then playing maybe a smaller show in a non-major market like Richmond, where you maybe have 1,000, 2,000 people instead of however many endless, an endless number
They're
of people
all
watching?
just as hot. We'll say that. They're all 100 degrees.
I'm sure. But what about you guys as a band, like performing? Do you guys get nervous, or is there a mentality that goes into a smaller show versus a larger show?
It kind of depends. Sometimes you get nervous before a show. Sometimes you don't. Sometimes it's a huge crowd, and you're just kind of feeling good. You just get up there and play, and your confidence is there. It just depends. I don't know what it is, but I've felt really nervous before a smaller show. Maybe that's because family was there or something like that, or lots of friends, as opposed to like a huge show where you don't really know anybody. So it just depends.
The latest record that came out has really gotten some positive responses from maybe some outlets that you guys aren't particularly used to, like Pitchfork and Pace Magazine, and things that are normally, again, reserved for your indie, what have you bands. What is that? I know with that comes larger crowds at the shows, but as far as a band, does that affect you positively or negatively when you guys hear about or read those reviews?
No, I don't think so. I mean, you put it out, you put the record out, and then as long as you're happy with the album when it's done and you throw it out to the world, then, for us it was already a success no matter what. We liked it, we were happy with it. It's obviously great. If people tell you that what you've poured so much of your time into is worth it, then that's a nice feeling, But if you have to kind of balance that, because you can't, there's going to be just as many negative reviews usually if you find them, So if you're going to believe the positive ones, then you got to believe the negative ones, So I mean, personally, I just try to not even read them myself. But I mean, we'll take, if Pitchfork wants to say a nice thing about a record, that's great. It's awesome. Yeah, we'll take it.
So the last question, the musical difference that exists in the band, Do you guys feel like that comes out in the music you're writing or the way you're performing, as far as coming together when you've got such diverse music tastes?
Absolutely, yeah, for sure. And I think, you know, most of us before this band, most of us were playing in rock bands. Ryan played in a hip hop band, so we have not just listening tastes, but different musical backgrounds to them. And what we ended up doing for the last 10 years, which none of us had ever done before. So I think that gives us a little bit of a different approach, just ingrained in you a little bit.
Right. So what we have here is Pasture in Richmond has been nice enough to donate some black-eyed pea falafels for you guys. And what we're doing here is we are kind of nodding to the foodie community of Richmond, who just loves to take food extremely seriously. So what we're going to get you to do is pass this around, try one as much or little as you want, and then kind of give me an over-the-top review, textures, tastes, mixtures, whatever you feel, and then we'll go from there.
Your job got taken.
A little disappointed.
I'm not used to having a hand model, so I just forgot.
All right.
It's just fine.
What is the sauce here?
I'm not sure what the sauce is. They didn't tell me.
Probably
The taste as good as the texture. They're both great.
Yeah, that's different than most falafel I've had.
I'm not very over the top.
Oh my god.
That tastes like shit.
I like it. I think it's good. I bet you if it was right from that, it would be a little crunchier on the outside.
Right.
The taste, the flavor is really awesome. Got a good spice.
You picked a hard band to do over the top.
Yeah.
That's okay. You guys should have seen Dawes.
It's delicious. It really is.
Dawes was not having anything about being over the top. They were like, okay, it's good. I like it.
It's got some good mellow.
Oh yeah, exactly. So hey, let's go around the room. 1 to 10, your falafel.
Well, because of a predisposition to falafel, I'm going to give it a 4 or 5.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
Really
It's
honest.
I haven't eaten a lot of falafel, so I'll give it a 9.
We'll go 10.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 8. It's a 6.
All right.
You guys.
Week 9, the 9th and final week of Friday Cheers. This is Trampled by Turtles. Guys, thank you so much for stopping by. Really appreciate it. It's been a fantastic season on Friday Cheers. Thank you to all the bands and all the restaurants and everyone who made it possible, including Venture Richmond. And we will see you guys next season. I am Chad Brown for Artist Confidential.